I know how important it is for you to hear from other people who have been where you are. So I would like you to meet Coach Sheila Keilty. Extraordinary Impact took her from 6 months of no new clients and being $6,000 in debt to making $21,000 in her first 3 weeks, $30,000 in her first 8 weeks, and $125,000 in her first 6 months. I say that slowly because it sounds extraordinary, and it was. So many of you came through an ad where I talked about, can you book a TED Talk just by introducing yourself in an elevator? Well, Sheila's the one who did that. So I'm going to bring her on camera so we can talk about that.
I'm Sheila Keilty, as she let you know, and I help women who are finally ready to stop dieting and instead develop an effortless relationship with food in their bodies for a lifetime of optimized health and wellness. And I do this despite any kind of chronic illness or their age.
Excellent. Fantastic. I love that. So where were you when we first met?
Oh my gosh. I had been working with a coach that I was just not aligned with, and was literally $6,000 in the red, just racking up debt like crazy, getting nowhere. There was nothing actionable that I was getting. I was getting none of these little pearls at all. It was just, I was talking into a void. And after the first day, I said, that's something I can implement right away. And you challenged us every time, go out and do something with it. Don't just write this down, try it out, walk it out on the street, see what it does. Within 2 days, I had closed $9,600 worth of business of maybes. I went back to people who said, maybe, I don't know. And with just the notes in 2 days, I was out of debt and in the black already. And then it just took off from there. It was insane. And it's continued to be that way because no matter who I've worked with, what I do, where I go, what kind of marketing challenge I have in front of me, I can go to the documents that you have us create in the 6 months. You leave with actionable pieces of collateral. My Facebook person said, give me 28 pain points. I'm like, I got 50. What do here you go. And these are tried, true, worked on with you. Every single moment I have spent with you is like diamonds being tossed at me, and I hear something new. I come back to every single one of your challenges and I close 98% of the people I get on a call with because I'm getting the right people there.
I know when we met, you had all the things going on, right? You were out there networking, you were speaking, you had gigs lined up, you were podcasting, you were doing all of the things, you were working your butt off.
And crickets.
And crickets.
Yeah.
And, when I talk about how, that can cause people to stop putting themselves out there. I remember you said that you were starting to go, maybe I shouldn't do that gig because I know I'm going to blow it.
I was doubting any kind of opportunity that came my way. I was like, it's going to be crickets again. And my confidence was waning. I was going to get rid of my program, go back to one-on-one coaching and just kind of roll up my shutter and go away, And you're like, no, let's work on that. And what you helped me do is phenomenal. And one of the things you had us do is try out our elevator introduction. And so there's a big building in town in Portland called Big Pink. I went over there and I rode the elevator for an entire morning. And security is like, why are you riding our elevator?
No, I have never given that assignment to anyone. But
I decided to do it. I would strike up a conversation and I'd mention that I lost over 100 pounds and kept it off and blah, blah, blah. People, oh, really? So it struck some interest and I would get off at random floors. And if people followed me out, then I would continue talking. It was just, I was trying out my elevator speech and I kept changing it and changing it and changing. I say, I help women who are fine, blah, blah, blah. Well, this guy followed me out and he's like, I know you only work with women. I'm like, what does he want? Maybe he has a wife who needs me. I don't know. And he said, I'm a producer for TED Talks and I work, it's a huge process. It's not like someone said, here's a TED Talk. There's a whole process you go through. But he helped me jump the line and helped me get to the right people and do that based on, he said, you have something interesting. I got out on the 10th floor and he followed me out. He said, this isn't even my floor, but I wanted you to know it was just a little introduction, got me involved. And I'm on phase, I think it's 3 or 4, where you start going over everything. And Wendy's going to start helping me craft it when it gets down to what exactly, because I would not do this without Wendy's help. Her impact was so extraordinary. There is nothing non-extraordinary about what she does. If you are thinking that this speaks to you, this is the best money you will ever invest in your future, because it affects everything you do from here forward. If you're doing events and people are ho-humming and they glaze over and you know they're thinking about their Instacart order and maybe I should add butter, or they glaze over, they're just not interested at all. You're not doing your job. And Wendy helped me find my passion in a way I knew I got it. You remember this. I started crying when I was describing my story. And she's like, that's it. That's what you need to tell people. Stop this. Hey, diet, da, da, da. She's like, there's something.
I know whenever we get chills, whenever we all get chills in the room and go, oh, that's it.
I had to get off the call. I was like losing it. And she said, that's that passion. But she digs and digs. And when you leave, you have a document that you leave that's like a dossier of all of your marketing. Whenever I've had to do anything, I'm like, oh, on page 12, I've got all those things. And it's a living document. It lives and breathes, and I build it and I craft it, and work with it. But like I said, like the Facebook lady said, you need something, because yeah, here's 50. That's done. So that's what Wendy will do for you, and you will make your money back. This is an investment that does have an ROI. I can't believe she's charging so little. You should really raise your prices because it is extraordinary. And I had my doubts when I started, because I've been bilked by semi-coaches who sell you this big transformation that never happens, and you're just paying money after money after money. But in the first week, I had paid for her entire offer just in the free event and doing the things that she said.
Yeah,
but thank you, Wendy. You're the cornerstone of everything wonderful about what I do.
Wow, that is fantastic. So I hope that experience really speaks to you, because it was an extraordinary thing to be a part of. And Sheila's just one of many of my clients who have this kind of success. So Sheila is in the Departure Lounge in our Facebook group. So if you want to follow up more to find out more about her experience with extraordinary impact, or about her own work, which is really stunning, you can reach her there.